this is the second time within a year there has been a shooting at a high school football game.
Yeah, Action Sports Jack's Dan Hicken is here now live in the studio. Dan, you were at the August Rains Lee football game when a 19-year-old was killed. 16 and 17-year-olds were shot as well. Your thoughts on all of this happening less than a year later?
We haven't fixed the problem, and I don't know what the solution is. And the video is just so reminiscent of what I went through. And again, that's what they do, right? But
that's
those, see
now.
those guys?
Yeah.
Those are 15 and 16 and 17-year-old boys.
That's right.
And there are children, and they're on the ground fearing for their lives, hearing gunshots. It makes no sense to me. And the man you interviewed, you know, he said how sad it was, you know, that people have to be wanted. Well, that's what we're facing now in this society. I don't know.
And well, I was going to say, because of this, you talked about solutions.
Yeah.
They did change games around. They moved games to Saturday mornings and stuff like that. So talk about a little bit about some of the changes they made.
They did. You're right. You're exactly right, Tanika. They moved a lot of the games to Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, and it takes away from the Friday night lights. But if we have to do that to be safe, we may head to where we play. This is a spring football game. These games don't even matter. This is just for kids. I was at a spring football game last night. It's crazy to me that these things are happening. So maybe they'll have to move all the games to Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. They do that, you know, in some places in the Northeast, and it's town against town, but it shouldn't be done. That sadly might have to be the answer. I don't know what it is, and people try. I mean, we're trying to figure it out, but
for those of us who haven't been to a high school football game in a long time, Dan, describe what it's like to get in. I mean, John Glenn was telling me the security was tight. They were getting wanded before they could even go and buy a ticket, he said. I mean, they only had one gate open because it was a spring game. They weren't expecting as many people. What is it like? Is there a decent amount of security?
Yes, in my opinion, like the one game I was at last year was a huge game, right? It's Rains and Lee, two powers meeting that Lee had beaten them the year before, so there were plenty of JSO. And I've always, you know, I was amazed at how during the shooting, and I said this last August, I watched police officers run towards the shooting. I'm running the other way. And so thank God for those people and what they do. But generally at football games, there's plenty of security. And at spring games, you're right, there's not a lot of fans going to those games. It's mostly parents. Some don't even have the bands up yet or anything. It's just a simple scrimmage, if you will.
Yeah, and these are community schools. We have so many alumni who still live in our community, who are still invested in these schools. And you talked about finding solutions. It's a community thing.
It is, and it's on me. You know, it's on me too.
Everyone.
What have we done? Maybe we haven't done enough. I don't know what we can do, but if anybody wants to tell us to do something that makes sense, we'll certainly try. Because again, our kids, those are our kids.
Thank you,
Dan. All right, Dan, we're going to keep on this story, of course. We'll have updates throughout the newscast.